ASMR. Hello, my friends. Today, I'm just going to be doing some whispering. I'm going to be trying to do this sort of whispering. I don't really know what it is, but my only issue with it is that I tend to take a lot of deep breaths. So we'll see if I can get past that sort of thing. But I never really have done a full whispering video before, so I thought, let's try it. Also, I have a question for you. Are the glasses distracting? I look like I've got cyberpunk ads going across them. I look like I have a feed in, and it's projecting onto my glasses. Is this better? I don't really know. I kind of like it, but I think it's okay if I don't wear my glasses for a little bit. Maybe it's not as distracting, but I do have a cyberpunk city as my computer background. And I feel like I should preface on another note that you will be hearing some occasional floorboard squeaking, some occasional footsteps. My partner and my roommate are up and they're walking around, and we have an old house. We have a 1960s house, and I'm pretty sure the flooring, at least in my office, in the living room, probably underneath the carpet in my roommate's room, is all original to the house. I tried a couple times to find an original layout of my house. I want to try to go to the library sometime and try and find a photo of what my home looked like when it was originally built. I think that would be really cool to see. The previous owner kept a lot of the paperwork that she, did everything she did to the home. She kept the paperwork for it, kept the receipts, kept copies of the checks that they wrote. Some of it has been extremely helpful, but none of it includes the original bit of the house. Anyways, the flooring, I think, is original to the house, so it's a bit squeaky. It's a little bit squeaky. Eventually, I'd like to redo it, but owning a home is a lot as it is, and so I don't know that I'll be able to do that. Anyways, I've been holding my glasses this whole time. Let me know what you think, okay? No glasses. Is it distracting? It does seem like it may be a little bit distracting. It has lent its hand a couple times. Like in my Ripper Doc Assistant roleplay that I did, I actually found it lovely that my glasses were reflecting, because I think that it gave a little bit to the roleplay. However, that video specifically, I was having a really hard time with editing because the green screen wasn't lit properly. My fault. Lesson learned. And now I know when I use a green screen, I need to have it lit properly. But I like a good mood lighting. None of my videos have bright lights. I love a good relaxed lighting. I suppose I had bright lights in my movie theater bathroom roleplay, but that was because I needed to make sure that darn green screen was lit, so I didn't have such a hard time editing. Because the cyberpunk roleplay, I had to mask. It was making my eyes black, so I had to mask out my glasses and track it, each individual movement. I spent hours doing that so I could salvage that video, because I thought that it came out pretty good. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest that you watch it, because I had a good time with it. You might find it tingly or enjoyable. And if you do watch it, let me know what you think about it. I feel when it comes to role plays, they're fun, but I have a hard time staying in character a lot of the time. I have a hard time with just going with the flow. And that one, especially with doing, what was it, a Jersey accent, whatever I was doing. I had to look up some words. I had to look up some buzzwords prior to that. I had to have a loose script because I've tried both ways. I've tried to have a more in-depth script, and I tend to write it. I don't want to study a script beforehand. It feels a little, I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure there's times where a script works just fine, but other times I think it's fun. It's fun for a role play for you to be able to yes and, you know what I mean, go with the flow. And that can make for the best role plays and make them feel authentic at the same time. Now, the movie theater role play, I had that in my head for a long time because I took that photo of the background that I used. It was feeling very back room-esque, but I love the bathroom. And when I was in the bathroom, I turned around and I was like, okay. So I snapped the photo, and I had that in my head for a long time, and I wanted popcorn involved in the video. But I never got the popcorn involved. I wanted the whole popcorn bin. I wanted a movie theater cup. So maybe I will keep that stuff the next time that I go see a movie, because there's at least one movie in theaters right now that I would like to see. There might actually be 2 movies. I really want to see the drama. I have a hunch, and I might spoil something. If you want to see it, go ahead and skip a couple, like maybe a minute past this, but I have a hint that it's got a underlying horror theme to it, because I know that there's something controversial about the reviews. People weren't super, I don't know, it's very mixed, and some people weren't happy with it. Some people were like, I didn't know that's what it was. And then some of the rebuttals to that were, it's produced by A24. They are popular for a certain genre of movie. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, I think that it's probably got some sort of horror aspect to it. That's just my guess. I actually have no idea. I'm a big video essay watcher, and I almost watched a video essay about the drama the other day, and I started it, and of course the YouTuber was like, well, if you don't want it to be spoiled, if you have any intention of watching this movie, they've tried really hard to keep something out of the media. And if you don't want it to be spoiled, don't watch any further. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna watch any further. I'd like to know if my hunch is good or not. I'm not one to call movie twists well. I don't call them often. My partner is probably too good at calling them, because we can be 5 minutes into a movie and he leans over and says, hey, I think that this is what's gonna happen. I think this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen. And I think that the whole twist is probably this. So that means the movie's gonna end like this. And I say, why did you just tell me that? Because you're probably right. I would say 4.5 out of 5 times this motherfucker is right. So why are you spoiling it? He must have some sort of like, that's so Raven psychic power when it comes to movies. There's been rare movies that he's not been able to call the twists on. And I think there might have been one that I called it. I might not phrase it exactly how I might be able to call it and not phrase it exactly how it's supposed to be, but I've done it once or twice when he didn't have a clue and I gave myself a little pat on the back. Are you good at calling the ends of movies or the twists of movies? Or do you even like to do that? Sometimes I don't know if it's even a conscious thing. It can just be, your brain already piecing things together. But I also believe, specifically with my partner and I, that is a very good representation of who we are as individuals. He is always thinking 5 steps ahead. He's always thinking far into the future, not even just a little bit. He's thinking quite far into the future. He's thinking about, sorry, I hate you. He's thinking about this and this and this and this. And I have the future in mind. I'm thinking about the end of the movie, but I'm not thinking about everything in between that gets me to the end of the movie. I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna process things as they come. I'm gonna watch the movie and I'm gonna cross bridges as we get to them, And I think that that's probably a pretty good, like I said, representation of how we think in general, because that is very true, I would say. But yeah, I know that the drama is in theaters, and that's something that I would like to see. I'm gonna actually look really quickly what other movies are in theaters right now, because I thought that there was another one that I wanted to see. Gosh dang. Let's see, what was the other movie? Oh yes, it was the Hail Mary. I was like, I remember seeing the advertisement for that a long time ago on another movie, and I thought that it looked really good. And then when I saw it again this most recent time, I don't know. I feel like sometimes the trailers nowadays just give too many things away. Do you think that they give too many things away? Because sometimes I think they do, and that's could be another reason why I think that the drama might be interesting if they tried as hard as it seems like they did to keep a certain aspect of the movie secret to surprise the watchers. Anyways, now I'm looking, there is other movies. Backrooms looks interesting just because of the idea of them. I don't know how you can make that a whole movie, but I'm also very, very interested in watching The Amazing Digital Circus, technically the 9th episode that they turned into a whole movie. That's crazy. I didn't realize that it was out. Well, I guess it says advanced tickets. When is that supposed to come out? June 4th. Oh, okay. That's quite a long time away. You really need to buy tickets 2 months in advance? I don't think so. I just don't think so. But I was really liking that show. If you haven't seen The Amazing Digital Circus, I guess it really depends on your flavor of show, but it's one of those that it does seem like it's meant for children, and the first time I ever saw anything about it, my partner's nephews were watching it, and those boys are... I'm going to put my glasses back on because I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache. If I start the day without my glasses and don't wear them, I'll be okay. But if I have them on for a long while and then I take them off, it can give me a little bit of a headache. Anyways, I saw his nephews watching it, and I was like, what is this garbage that you guys are watching? And then my partner suggested it the other day. That was maybe a year ago or so, if not longer. And my partner suggested it, and I said, sure, whatever. And then I was super into it. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought that the story was nice, and it is more... I feel like I want to compare it to BoJack Horseman, because that is an adult animated series with a more in-depth plot. And Digital Circus isn't getting as deep and grungy with its plot points and its material, but there's definitely something deeper and more adult about it. So I really enjoyed it, and if you like adult animation, I would say give it a look-see-loo, and you can actually watch everything on YouTube. You don't have to download it. I do believe everything is on YouTube except for the 9th episode, which is being released as a movie, actually. The animation style, I think, is really unique, so I'm excited to see that. Okay, let's see, what's the last movie that you watched in movie theaters? I think the last one that I watched, actually, was Undertone. It was an audio horror film, which I enjoyed. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars, which I'm picky giving out. 5 stars, 4 stars would be something that I'd probably watch again. 2 stars, it was worth a watch, but I'm not going to be watching it again. I think that it had good bones. I don't think that, I don't know, I just thought they could have done a little bit more with it. I think they could have done a little bit more with it. I liked where it was going. But then it just turned a little too tropish, it hinted at where it was going, and it took that exact route. So it was a little strange. Definitely, yeah, I guess tropish would be the best adjective for it. But our friends have a Plex, and so we have a giant, massive movie library. It has like hundreds of movies, hundreds of television shows on that, and I suppose it's just like any other streaming platform, but it has been quite nice. Anything I want to watch, I say, hey, put it on there, and the guy's like, sure, it's on there, thanks guy, and then I can watch it. But there is some things, because there's children who have access to it, and there was one show that I wanted to watch that I eventually found on my own. It is a South Korean yaoi. I'm not going to explain what that is, but if you know what it is, that's a high five from me to you, from you to me. Anyways, it's a South Korean yaoi that not only is one of the best animations that I've ever seen. The art style is really cool. The animation was so well done. The art, like the world in the show, was so well done. The synth music, 80s synth music, the adult scene that was in it, chef's kiss. It's called Mignon, if you've never seen it. I highly recommend watching it if, one, you're an adult. I'm not even going to say 18 plus, I'm going to say 21 plus. If you're 21 plus and you like watching men kiss, then you should watch Mignon. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But make sure you are alone for the last episode. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, yeah, I think that's about all I know. I just wanted to get on here and yap for a little while. I think I might have lost the sort of, I was trying to do this sort of empty mouth, hard T whispering, but I'm not sure that I kept it the entire time. I think I ended up whispering from the back of the throat a little bit more than I wanted, and less from the front of the mouth, which is what I was trying to do. But I think I did a good job about whispering like that at the front of the mouth in my sleep paralysis video, which I don't think a lot of people enjoyed, but I also think that my thumbnail was scary, and I'm not a horror ASMR channel per se, because people didn't like it. So I changed the thumbnail, and I feel like, I don't know if I should have done that. I should have stuck to my guns, because I liked that thumbnail, but I'm pretty sure the way the YouTube algorithm works is I can't do that too much if I've already done it once. I can't touch it again. I can't touch the title. I think I can change the title once. I think I can change the thumbnail once. Excluding the testing thing. But I didn't want to hurt the views on it. It doesn't have that many views. Would it really change? I don't know. But I liked that video, and I think that it's a nice, dark, visually dark video. It's a nice, visually dark video, and I think that the sort of whispering I'm trying to do here, I did it well in that. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you, I don't know, enjoyed the yap sesh. Let me know what you think about it if you want any more. I'm not always super talkative like this, but I was able to blab quite a bit this evening. So anyways, thanks for hanging out, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I'll see you next time. Good night.